Okay, let me show you where I'm at. I'm not far off. I've probably got an inch from the top of the head there. And I'm still working it down with a rasp, a draw knife, and a scraper. What that's going to end up doing is that's probably going to end up coming right back here to the J to get a proud haft. So, with that said, I'll just have to be careful of how much material so I don't take away the J. I'm pretty close as far as the diameter is concerned, so I think it's going to work out all right. I just won't have to take my time on it. Get her down there to where I like her. But I believe she's going to work out just fine. If you've never hafted a handle like this, it presents some challenges. You can't hack at it. You're going to have to really take your time and to get a nice proper hang with no gaps. Yeah, so you just have to really pay attention to what you're doing. And I believe you'll be all right. So anyway, I'm going to get off here and keep working on it. And I'll keep y'all up to date. Well, there's the eye. 1/2 inch from the top. I've got curl. Right in here, I've got some curl. And I don't have much curl on this side. So, and I got a slight curl in the back. Well, that's good. I've got a 1/2 inch to go to make up the flushness, which will take me there. And then I want to hang it about 3/8 proud. So that's going to be right down there close to the J for J and J. That's going to be a nice tool. I could bust wood with that right there. But I'm not. But you can see there's a gap right there. And a gap around the front. And there's not one on this side. So what I'm going to do, and this is the side without the curl. So I'll take some out up here on this side. And then I'll come back over here and take some out on this side up front. What that's going to do is allow me to have space around the head there where my wedge can expand. And it'll allow my head to go on further. So, let's take this bad boy back off with my handy dandy Tasman Kenny Fuller tool. Just like that. Voila. See, you can see where that little bit of rust tells me where my high spots are. Here and here and here and there. And I got just a little bit of an impression there. So I'm pretty good up front right here on this side. But here, I got a lot more material to remove. So I'll take a lot of material out of here and then skim this down so it has more of a gap up here. So let me get back with you. We'll keep getting it. Okay. I got this thing about 1/4 inch proud. And she's got just a little bit of curl on the cheek. I've had to remove quite a bit of wood, but I believe she's going to be all right. It's going to be a nice wedge banger. Man, I tell you what. JK, you got a nice tool here. And when I'm going to pull this head back off and I'm going to trim it up just a little bit along the bottom. I'd like to get another 1/8 to 1/4 inch of proudness there. But he's seen it and he said that's what he wanted, so I'll clean it, pull it off, clean it up, and then when I set it on there for the last time, I'll be ready to put the wedge in it. I got to cut the kerf in it. Get that cut, and we'll be ready to glue it up, put a wedge in it, clean it up, ship it to him. I think he's going to be real happy with that. He's going to have him a nice tool. Boy, that sure does make it nice to get that handle and that head part. I used to beat and bang and bang and beat and all kinds of stuff. You can see right there where it's a hitting. I'll go in there and clean that up a little bit. But that's real close to the J, so I got to really be careful right in there. If I had any recommendations for the J&J team, other than they have a nice handle, very haftable, is to move that logo down about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. That way we could transition this taper a little bit smoother into the head. But other than that, you can see how much I took off that handle. There's quite a bit of material you can remove there. Yeah. But it's hafted just dead straight. These handles are good and dry. The moisture content's good in them. Now, I'm not going to do anything to the palm swell on this one, but on mine, I've got a couple more. I'm going to take and taper this down like a baseball bat, because I like a little bit more palm swell. So I have a little bit of a stop. Not a big palm swell like this wedge banger. This is the extreme. That's too much, I believe. So I'll end up working that down. But you can see the difference. So what I'm going to do is put a little palm swell in this one. It should be fine. Yeah. All right. Let me clean it up, cut the kerf in it, and I'll bring you back and we'll drive a wedge in it. Okay. I got it fitting on there. It's hanging proud. I'm going ahead and cut the kerf. I got the kerf laid out on it. I'm going to use a cherry wedge that J&J sent us. That's what JK wants to use. So when we get that wedge down in there, it'll be flush or close to it. It probably won't go flush because it's going to take a lot to drive that wedge down in here. I've got room on the sides of it, but usually the wedge don't drive all the way up unless you got a blade that's really going to cut a wide kerf. I could cut this one by hand. I could. Let me see. I'll get it cut and I'll bring y'all back and then we'll set it and drive wedge in it. Okay. I believe she's up, but we're going to give her another tap or two just to make sure. Got the kerf cut. I think we're ready to put the wedge in it. Got the wedge shape, like the top of the eye. And it's the right width. You notice how this acts as the same distance here as it is here? So we won't be tapering this wedge this way or this way because it's the same. Plus I've got a lot of cheek here. So this wedge is square, but it is tapered this direction and that direction to match the eye. So that'll go in there just like so. Just like a so. I believe it's going to be just fine. I'll get some glue on it. and we'll get a wedge in it. You know what? I may just take just a little bit more off of this top right here. There's not quite enough gap to allow that wedge to go deep as I want it. So I'm going to stop you and I'm going to fix that and I'll bring you back. Got to do what I got to do. Okay, let's set it one more time. I took a little bit off of it, just a little bit. Oh yeah, by hand and it's flush, so that's a good thing. Give her a little tap so she won't fall off when I flip her upside down. Take my old wedge banger and set it. Oh yeah, she's dang near set now. Oh yeah, it's set. Yeah, just a little bit of curl right there, but that ain't no big deal. Just a tad. Yeah, that's the kind of gap I'm looking for. It's got a gap all the way around it now. That wedge has got something to push on. I'll be able to drive it on in there now. So let me grab some glue right quick. I got an old boot around here I use for that too. Stick that thing in a boot. Don't never have to worry about cracking a handle. Of course, the palm swell's not that big on this one yet either, so that could come in to play. We don't want it to, but I don't want to take no chances of driving that wedge in there. So let me grab something to stick in that axe handle in so I don't bounce it off the concrete floor. No sense in doing all that. Alrighty, I believe I got what I need right here. Yes. I'll set that right there. Set that right there. Put some glue on this wedge and the handle. Some glue started down in there. I've enjoyed this one. This has been a challenge, which I don't mind. It's all part of it. I've never used a cherry wedge before, but we're gonna find out what it'll do. I believe it'll be all right, don't y'all? Gonna find out. Oh yeah. I need glue there. Get down in there. I know you want to. All right. Remember, this glue don't set up in 30 seconds, so you're not rushed. I mean, you don't want to let it set up for 10 minutes, but you'll be okay taking your time, making sure everything's lined up. Get that thing started in there. Kind of important to get it started. think a lot of people mess up by not getting their wedge started straight. And they get it off crooked and then it don't get the penetration that it needs. So I'm going to set this thing on the floor. Let me make sure you can see me. Set that thing on the floor. Yeah, you should be able to see that. If not, I apologize. Let's see what we can do here. You don't have to kill it when you start. The main thing is to make sure that you're getting good quality swings. Don't beat on it like a madman. Tear your wedge up before you even get it down in the axe. That thing ain't going nowhere. Good solid hits. Oh yeah, see where it's splaying out? That hickory, the top of that handle splayed out. I get more than that. Sometimes you just get what you get, and that's it. These are going down in there pretty good. Oh yeah. Well, I cracked the wedge, but that's all right. She's down in there as far as she's going to go down in there, and that axe head is splayed out. That's good. That's what we want. That's what we want. Depth is important too, but you can only, it's only going to go so far. Once you start, you can't stop, so you get what you get. And there's better fellas out there at this than me. I ain't gonna lie. But I enjoyed it, I surely does. Get all that excess glue off there. One thing's for sure, I know. It ain't coming off. She's splayed out there pretty good. I believe I might be able to get just another lick or two on it. Just another lick or two. Make sure. Leave no doubt. That's it. She's done. She ain't gonna move no more. Well, let me get her cleaned up and I'll bring you back and show you what we got. Sharpened up and everything. Well, we got the wedge sanded like we wanted it. Cleaned it up. I will clean this edge up and sharpen it, but I think it turned out pretty good. There's one little hole right there, but there's nothing I can do about that because of the width of the handle and the width of the eye. However, I didn't have an issue on the top, so. But as far as the sides and the back, not one problem. Well, there it is, JK. I hope you like it. She's a nice one. Like I said, I'll sharpen it up and ship it out to you, buddy. I did stamp my initials in the back, JA. Little bitty stamp. I hope you don't mind. yeah, there it is. Wedge banger, 28-inch handle, 5-pound head. Trust me, it's 5 pounds. Good deal. I appreciate y'all watching. Have a great day. Burly Man is out.